The Warrior's Code. So I guess I'm properly starring this mission now. That's what it seems like.
Did you find any samurai to free your uncle?
Not yet.
No, but I stabbed some dudes.
I'm sure you'll find someone soon.
A digital deluxe horse. So funny that I was able to find a new copy of Xenoblade X easier than a few of the earlier Switch title games. That was in 2022, roughly. Really? Like, maybe there was a lot more produced than sold for X or something like that. I know that there wasn't a whole lot of sales of the Wii U, so maybe that's a contributing factor. But I still wouldn't really expect that.
You might disagree.
That's what siblings are for.
Basically a 4090 Super.
Any brothers or sisters?
Keiichi Fishing Village.
Lord Shimura is my only family.
What will you do when he's free?
Well, I guess you need quite the...
Because then I'll know there's hope.
Quite the good PSU then.
I feel that strongly.
I've watched him win victory against impossible odds. And after your brother is free, what then?
Honestly,
Ha!
I haven't
Ha!
had time to think about it.
Ha! 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 Wait, are we going this way? Wind! So yeah, this way, right? Here we go. How do I sheath the sword again? Oh, just back and forth like that. I don't have to bow for that. Okay, that makes sense. I gotcha. Let me just reach an overlook by the Mongol prison camp on my digital deluxe horse.
How are your wounds?
Yeah, of course I'm riding well. It's my digital deluxe horse.
You don't share much about how you feel, do you?
After all. But yeah, draws 550 watts of power through the same connector that was causing 4090s to burst into flames, pulling 400 watts.
Like you master a horse or a blade.
That's a hard way to live.
It's not supposed to be easy.
Wait, so like down this way, I assume? What happens when we're drawing 550 watts through the same connector? And people are buying $6,000 skeleton units of the 5090. Nice. A signed version of the Fire Emblem Warriors for 570? What, you found that? Signed by who? Signed by author? Signed by Marth Fire Emblem himself? What does this mean? Signed version.
There's the camp. Tough to get inside.
I'm playing the director's cut of Ghost of Tsushima right now. It's by the director himself. Or herself. I shouldn't be assuming things in 2025. I don't know. But oftentimes in the gaming industry, like, return to tail area. Like, if I'm assuming it's a dude, I feel like my odds are a little bit better than 50-50. Like, that's probably the slightly higher likelihood. Because, yeah, when I hear about, like, game directors, it's usually dudes.
We'll find a safe approach.
What? Oh.
Defenses in back are formidable.
Oh, these are, like, things that I can focus on.
You could scale the rocks on
Oh. Apparently it has 6 signatures, though? Well, are they collecting a petition?
The front wall there is still under construction.
Could be a way in.
Okay.
We can look for a gap in the front wall. Slip inside.
And cut down the Mongols where they stand.
If something goes wrong, they'll kill the prisoners. I've seen them do it. We have to go in quietly.
So do I unlock assassination now, then?
Before the samurai, this island was ruled by criminals. We changed that by creating order and delivering justice in the open. We live by a code of honor. And sometimes we die by it. Warriors like my father, who just wanted to give us a safer home.
I want the same thing. But we have to fight back.
I promised my uncle I'd never break our code.
Then bend it. To save my family. And what's left of yours.
Let's get a closer look. See what we're up against.
We should wait until it gets darker.
Let's move.
Oh, I guess we did wait until it got darker to do this then. But yeah, apparently it's on sale. It's normally $680. I want to know what who the signatures are by as well. Also, Nvidia's advertising for the 5090 is misleading at best. They advertise it as being way faster than the 4090, which it isn't. They use slides where the 5090 was using AI-generated frames to boost frame rates. 3 AI frames per 1 rendered frame, so your 30 FPS game looks slightly smoother. AI frames can't improve input latency, so it still feels like 30 FPS.
It was that.
Then
or
what's the
Star.
point?
Didn't have a choice.
I didn't choose to be a samurai either.
Just like a roundabout graphics mode, essentially, then.
Against my instincts.
But yeah, maybe it will be the ghost mode that we're getting here.
We have to fight back. Any way we
Okay,
can.
so a bunch of the different voice actors and stuff then. Interesting. But no Marth Fire Emblem. Hate the RTX 5000 series launched so much. Glad you bought a 790 XT instead of waiting. Yeah, those are actually some pretty relevant signatures then. Anyone want like a signed copy of a game by me for some like ludicrous fee? Because if anyone's willing to pay me some stupid amount of money, like I'll sign whatever the hell game you want. Hit me up. Send it to you right away. Priority shipping.
If they see us, they'll kill the prisoners.
Then we better stay quiet. And open their throats.
Okay, so I do unlock it now. Assassin's Creed Shadows intensifies. Give you a penny for a signature. Okay, it's gotta at least be profitable here. Cost of the game, cost of shipping. Ooh, supplies. And then something that's not just a penny. I don't know what. I don't know what my price is. Whoa. Stabby stab! You need to be less noisy, dude. Oh, now it's flashback time about the Code of Honor.
What do you think, Jin?
The bear's running with a limp. Your arrow wounded him.
This is when a beast is most dangerous. Remain alert.
Yes, uncle.
Keep after him.
Okay. I'll give you $5 for a signature, but I'll have to pay $30 in tariffs to get it back, so if you could sign a game for negative $25, that'd be great. Plus price of product and shipping, final offer. I'll pass on that front. Because, like, my labor of however long it takes to then, like, package it up and then go to the post office and stuff.
So it's the rebels' fault.
That's a little bit of time that
punishment.
I don't think is worth a penny.
We are not barbarians, Jin.
But yeah, that'd be so funny to have you sign something that has absolutely nothing to do with your channel. I'll sign your favorite body pillow. Oh, I'm not following the bear tracks at all. I started playing on autopilot and following the path. Let me backtrack to where the tracks are. So, like, here. Maybe it is on the path after all. Oh, I do follow the path. Alright, it was fine for me to play on autopilot. I see some blood and stuff. Can you sign this copy of Loco Roco for PSP? Thanks. Yeah, I sure can.
Is it dying?
No, but we're getting closer.
Am I supposed to, like, keep on sneaking and stuff? Or what? I can't seem to pull out my bow yet. That or it's different buttons in most games.
Yes, uncle. If it's still alive, can I take the shot?
Prove you can control your emotions. Then
Yeah, so go through the trample area then. It wasn't necessarily a path. More of an area that the bear trampled.
still be alive.
What? Do I not use my bow that's on my back? Do I even have any arrows for this thing? Examine.
Look, uncle. There's a gash in his side. Not from an arrow.
Fine, do I have to climb through your window and get you to sign it myself? Meet me at any one of the LAN parties I go to and I'll sign whatever the heck you want. Because I can just do it there.
You would stand still in the back! Osakai! Control yourself. We are not criminals, like this man here. We are samurai.
He tried to kill you. He must answer for this crime with his life.
And look him in the eye. And teach him that samurai never acts out of anger or fear. And take his life with honor. When we fight, we face our enemy head on. And when we take their life, respect. This is what makes us samurai. Only cowards strike from the shadows.
Jin, what's wrong?
Let's find your brother.
He's not all that happy about assassinating.
Can't let them see us.
Use all your senses.
But yeah,
Think.
maybe one day you'll have a free time of money, just randomly go to Canada for a LAN part. Yeah, come along to Fragapalooza. The latest trailer of which makes it seem like I'm one of the head honchos when I'm not. Like, I posted in the announcements channel, I was showing it during the Assassin's Creed Valhalla streams the other day. The trailer that was just posted a couple days ago for Fragapalooza, which was produced by Aspen Films, which is like the film studio that sponsored my free-for-all tournament. So because of that, they did a lot of filming of me and my tournament because it was my thing that they were sponsoring, my tournament there. So there's a lot of footage of me. So in the trailer for Fragapalooza now, it makes it look like I'm one of the main people when I'm not. I'm just one of the tournament people. I was talking about this during Assassin's Creed Valhalla the other day, but I kind of want to like briefly show the thing above here. Wow. At least skip through a little bit of it here. Yeah, so there's like the shot around. You can see me briefly there. Yeah, just come along to like Fragapalooza here and stuff. Look at this trailer where there's me right there. I appear a whole bunch of times, and my hair looks awful here.
Fragapalooza is a 4-day annual LAN gaming event. It's meant to be a community to help bring
I'm the
people
only one that
together
dropped a
to
like.
play games together and have fun.
You know, I thought like maybe let's take my whoops. I did not mean to do that. Boopity. No, what have I done? There we go. Jeez. But yeah, can I get your signature on Rubber Duck? Sure. The guy who brought a Windows XP computer, that is sick. There was a whole retro area there in the corner with like all sorts of different games. It looked disheveled. I do a little bit. But this was like the retro area where they set up like a whole bunch of games that people could just like come by and play on there, which was kind of fun. But yeah, I was like, you know what, for this interview that they're doing with me, I'll just like take off my hat and then maybe I look a little bit more genuine, and then yeah, this little disaster here. So, you know, whoops. But yeah, with the latest trailer, there I am again, along with Kane, doing like some commentary and stuff. This was a prize that I gave away in my singles tournament. This was meant for like a retro gaming tournament. They were gonna run like a Smash Melee tournament here, and then it didn't pan out. So they just gave it to me to give away in one of my later tournaments. So this was given away in my Smash Singles tournament. This little 3D printed Kirby right here, along with silver and bronze versions. That was the case. But yeah, look, here I am again, playing games there. Playing some stuff. But yeah, there's the retro area. Mr. Dudo right here, I forget his name, but he seemed to really enjoy Guzma's cooking at Janland this last weekend. I will say. Seemed to quite enjoy that there. There's Dog Daytona that was just in my stream like last night with Assassin's Creed Valhalla. But yeah, their little retro area and stuff here. Look, there I am again. I'm so important. There's Cernal. Cernal comes to the streams here a decent smidge. There's my little cousin. There's the chair putt thingamabob in the middle of the night that went a little bit crazy. You can see like the edge of my hat here.
It's family.
Right. There I am. I can see my hat right there. That's towards the end over there. Here I am again. I appear in this trailer so many times. This was like the post free-for-all interviews with the winner. So this was like the top 3. So there was me giving like the interview. And then there was like the winner, my little cousin here, Rise, his friend Mud. And I believe this was Cap, if I recall. And like the dragons and stuff that I was giving away on my computer that I 3D printed. I need to fix my 3D printer. Maybe I'll do it this weekend. My 3D printer's been broken for a little while. Sadly, I can't use it right now. But yeah, come along to Fragapalooza. There I am again! Where as like the first person interviewed and someone that keeps on appearing like doing announcements and gaming stuff, it makes it look like I'm one of the main people here, what I'm really not. It just so happened to be the case that the sponsor that put together that video sponsored one of the tournaments I was doing, and therefore they got a lot of footage of me. So yeah, there's that. Come along to Fragapalooza, and you can meet the guy from that video in person. Totally. But yeah, let's see here. Is it the streaming studio in a basement for climbing through the window here? I have a window. Right there. You can see the curtain right there. It'd be pretty awkward to climb through if it was like a fire situation or something like that, but I can. So during my 24-hour charity streams, you will see sunlight coming in through like that top window, but it's like one of the window well kind of areas outside, and I would have to like climb out onto the surface through that and stuff. But yeah, my god, I should attend a LAN party with my Commodore 64. I'm sure a lot of people would give, like, major respect for that. And there's oftentimes prizes for things like someone that has, like, the oldest keyboard or oldest mouse, oldest computer, stuff like that. There's usually prizes for that kind of thing at Fragapalooza. Like, if you can show that you have, like, the oldest or the most rundown of something, oftentimes you get a prize. It's oftentimes what happens at Fragapalooza. Kid looks like he doesn't want to be there. He's probably asked to wave to the camera there. See why I need your signature right now, and I can't just wait for a LAN party. Man, I'm jealous that where I live, we don't have something like this. Only thing similar is a cosplay event. Yeah, I guess that a lot of places have stuff like that. Like, we have Fan Expo, Comic-Con kind of stuff here, Animathon, that a lot of people go to and cosplay. Like, I enjoy doing that. But I don't know how big LAN parties are, now that, like, the internet and online gaming is taking off as much as it has. Like, the need for LAN parties isn't really there anymore. Nowadays, LAN parties are just, like, put together by groups where it's like, hey, it's fun to just bring people together to play games locally and just do it for fun. So, yeah, there's a decent few here in Edmonton. There's Fragapalooza is, like, the big annual one with several hundred people. There's Extra Life, that is technically a LAN in like a lot of different places where it's a charity event. Here it takes place on the West Edmonton Mall ice rink each year, and that's like a small like 24-hour LAN party, so a very short one, but I help out with that one as well. I was just wearing my Extra Life shirt the other day. I'm not today. Today I'm wearing my Fragapalooza shirt, my 2023 one, interestingly enough. I'm representing it right now. There's the Mega FPS events here, which they do 3 each year. We just did Janlan this last weekend, so there's still Mega LAN and HalloLAN this year. So that's 3 more for a total of 5 with like all the ones I went to last year and all the ones I'll go to this year. Maybe I'll go to a 6th one this year if you want to count it as a LAN. Focus hearing, use that to use focus hearing, revealing nearby enemy positions. Live in Indiana, we have car meets. There is actually one in the state. Did you just look up a LAN party and there is one? I'll climb through it if I have to. You'll army crawl through. Press that? Okay, so it's like listen mode from Last of Us or something there. GameCon Canada is what I might not mind going to. Last year, there was going to be a LAN party at GameCon Canada. So, last year was their first... This really is a Ubisoft game. Last year was their first year where they rented out the Edmonton Expo Center, and it's kind of a thing like Comic-Con or, you know, Comic-Con, Fan Expo, Animathon, where it's like a big convention, but it's all about like showcasing different gaming related stuff. So you had all sorts of indie studios and small projects that were showing off the games that they were developing. So it's all meant to be like a video game kind of based thing in that style. And there was going to be a LAN party there. Fragapalooza was going to be putting together a LAN party there, and I was going to be helping out with it last year. So last year was their first year, and they have the Expo Center booked for this year and the following year. And then I guess from there they'll decide if they want to keep on doing it, if it's successful enough. But But the LAN party, if you went to like the ticketing page for GameCon Canada, there was a lot of different tickets you could buy. There was like the standard tickets, there was the VIP tickets, and then there was all these specialty tickets for like, you know, meeting certain celebrities or something like that, or was it certain celebrities? Or am I thinking of things like Fan Expo? They had a whole bunch of different things for like different events that you could be a part of. And point is, you would scroll down quite some distance across like all sorts of different things they had going on. And right at the very bottom, whoops, I hit the Assassin's Creed button again. Right at the very bottom was the Fragapalooza LAN party. We were going to be getting about an 80-person space at GameCon. And they did 0 advertising for it. It was dead bottom of the page, and while you could buy a ticket for it, it didn't actually tell you what it was. So if someone was just like scrolling through trying to find out what it was, they wouldn't have any idea. So the only people that were getting tickets were those in the know. Outside of my cousin and I, like my cousin's older kiddo there, wow. I don't think I can do a standoff from here. But me, I can assassinate you like this. aside from us two, the amount of tickets that were sold for an 80-person event, 2. There was 2 tickets sold, so they canceled the event. So I was going to do a LAN party at GameCon last year in June as well, but you know that got canceled, so that didn't end up going on. So there was no LAN party there, and I figured like, well, I guess I'm not streaming there. I'll just go as like a guest. And then I found out at Fragapalooza from one of the streamers that had come by there, Open Doors Gaming, he goes by, because his brother was the guy that mopped up the singles tournament of Smash Bros. D's Hands. So D's Hands' his brother, if anyone remembers D's Hands from Fragapalooza 2024 from my tournaments. His bro talked to me a little bit about GameCon, and he said that there was actually like a streamer section, and that he was part of it, and he was streaming at GameCon. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. I had no idea that was going on. So a few days ago, I sent out an email to GameCon Canada being like, hey, how does the streamer area work? Like, are there requirements? Can I be a part of it? Is there any information you need from me? And, like, the page for it said, we usually get back to you in 24 hours. They haven't, but considering it's in June and it's currently January, I'm sure that they're not, like, really actively on top of their emails right now. So, who knows? Fingers crossed. Maybe they'll let me come to GameCon. I was looking through the different content creators out of curiosity, and the thing that it immediately links is all their Twitch pages. So I had like a brief look-see through at like the different streamers and different things that they're doing there. And it's like all over the place, all sorts of streamers doing different things. And out of curiosity, I checked everyone's YouTube channels. And if I did go to GameCon Canada for this next year, and like all the same streamers returned from last year, in terms of YouTube channel size by raw sub count, I would be the largest in terms of sub count. So maybe GameCon would look at that and be like, whoa, numbers, cool, we should bring this guy. In which case, that would be awesome. Get some numbers privilege or something.
We need to go.
Or, I don't know. If they care about that kind of metric, I don't know. I still count myself as a pretty small content creator. Like, might have a decent amount of subs, but not all that much in the way of consistent views, so I'm a small content creator. But they might look at that sub number and be like, whoa, you should totally come along. Anyway, so fingers crossed. So I'm doing at least 5 LAN events this year. Fragapalooza, Extra Life, 3 Mega FPS events, and maybe 1 more if I'm lucky. Maybe at some point I'll reach out to Open Doors and ask, like, what he went through to participate at GameCon. Is what I'll do. Maybe he can put in a good word for me. So, yeah. Maybe I'll do 6 LAN parties this year. Hopefully. But at least 5. So, yeah. There's a lot of LAN things around here. Though I guess GameCon, you could argue, isn't really a LAN party, but, you know, I would treat it like a LAN party if I was able to go stream at it. Definitely would. But yeah, Fortland, May 16th to 18th. $60 a seat for 3 feet of space. Okay. Interesting. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head how much frag seats usually cost, because, like, my cousin usually gets, like, a clan pack that covers him, his 2 kids, and me. Is typically the case. So, I can't tell you off the top of my head how much frag costs. The Mega LAN events, the Mega FPS events, including Mega LAN, those are always $30. It was $20 when I went to Jan LAN last year, but Mega LAN last year was the first one they upped it, I believe, and it's 30 now. 30 Canadian, so like, you know, maybe like 22 US or something, which is really not that bad at all. That covers things like the organizers bringing like food, snacks, drinks, renting the venue, supplying some of the prizes, stuff like that. Get the power and Ethernet cable and stuff, and it's really not that bad, and you get to be part of like a fun event and stuff. So, you know, that's pretty cheap. Frag is a bit pricier, but it's a lot grander scale kind of event. I think frag tickets are like 100 some CAD off the top of my head, but that's like a 4-day long event in like a massive venue with a lot of stuff going on. The Mega FPS events are just kind of like, yeah, let's just kind of show up, do a potluck together, have fun, enjoy camaraderie. Fragapalooza, there's like a lot more events that are going on that are being hosted by people like me.
They said they were moving the slaves. Where?
They mentioned Azamo Bay. And there was a blacksmith in the last group. Young man with a beard. From Yarikawa, maybe.
You'd better be right.
I hope you find your blacksmith.
Taka's alive in Azamo Bay.
The town is surrounded by walls. Rushing in without a plan will only put him in more danger.
I have a friend who might be able to get us inside.
Find him. The sooner we rescue Taka, the sooner we save my uncle.
Jin. Taka will forge whatever tool you need as soon as he's free. But after that, we're leaving the island.
You've seen what the Mongols are doing here. Lord Shimura can stop them. Stay. Help us fight for a home.
Home is wherever Taka and I go. My friend lives in Azamo Prefecture, on the border with Tsutsu.
I'll find you there.
I know this wasn't easy. Going against your code.
I did what I had to.
Thank you.
Castle Canada. Oh, it really is Canada. Those darn Canadians. The Star Wars transition there.
Better than this.
I see transitions like that, I just think of Star Wars.
Convince your people to stop resisting, and you can walk free.
Canadians are the enemies here. It's just like the hit film Canadian Bacon. That was the last movie that I watched with Guzma before he went back home. Which strikes some similarities to the Canada and the US today. In a sad way.
My men control the roads. They build war camps near your towns. They see everything, and they will find him.
Lord Sakai will fight until his last breath. As will I.
You love him. Just as you love your people. You're a father to them. Will you abandon your children?